But we're going to have some fun today. We are going to have a look at some of the products in a special bundle that you can get right now. It started yesterday, and it's a pretty amazing bundle. So here's the name of it. It's the Share What You Love bundle. And if you'll notice, my Stampin' Up! Apron talks about love what you do, share what you love. So it's very appropriate. So we're going to get started with some stamping and some sharing. Today is perfect day to do it. It's raining outside here in Littleton, and so perfect day for stamping. So I'm going to turn you guys around. Hopefully I won't lose any of you. And we'll get this party started. What do you say? Give me a thumbs up if you're there. I see a couple of people have started coming online. So I'm going to turn you around. Don't look at the mess in the back behind me, okay? Pretend it's not there. All right, hold on. Going to be moving. Okay. You ready to get started? Here we go. This is the brochure that I was given on stage when I was down in Vegas. But, you know, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So here is what is happening effective yesterday for all you guys out there. Ladies, crafters, everybody. There's 3 different bundles, and it's all amazing. Everything will be in the new catalog except this very special Statement of My Heart, which you can only get by buying the Gotta Have It All bundle. So it's pretty neat. Kind of reminds me of my apron. But let me show you some of the things going on in the suite, and hopefully you'll be interested in some of them, if not right now, while they're 10% off, yay, and there's a bundle, maybe down the line when the catalog starts on June 1st. But remember, these bundles are only going to be available until the end of May. Then after that, they will not be sold as bundles in the catalog. So now's your time to get some really nice product in your hands and start playing with it. I played around with what kind of card I might want to make, and I ended up going pretty simple because I did not want to get too long today, even though I love talking to you guys. Hi, Cindy. So what we're going to do is try not to say the word so anymore. It has stuck in my vocabulary. And we're going to talk about the products being used in here, and then we're going to make this card. The papers are what we call specialty papers, and they have a sheen to them that is being called pearlized. And so the set is absolutely beautiful, and it's what we call a double set. So you actually get 24 sheets. So here's the floral side of all of them, and then here's the coordinating backside. You may have seen some of these already out on Pinterest and places like that. This particular one is one of my favorites. And the reason they're pearlized, well, not the reason they're pearlized, but that's what makes them specialty. And I'm not sure you'll be able to see it, but the flowers, the big flowers on this particular piece of paper are pearlized. Oh, there we go. And we also have these pearlized doilies. That's also part of part of the bundle right now. Okay. You probably also noticed that you can get the in colors already, so that's fun. As far as this bundle does go, I thought I would show you the colors that are in the cardstock pack. You know, most of the designer series papers have a coordinating cardstock pack of 3 colors. This one is 4. Very pretty colors. Mint Macaron is back. The one here. This one is the Grapefruit Grove and an existing Rich Raspberry and Old Olive. The paper coordinates with many different colors. Too many to lay out here on the desk, but that's what makes it a lot of fun, the versatility. Okay, so here's the card, very simple card. I went ahead and embossed with this brand new Textured Impressions embossing folder that is also in the Gotta Have It All kit. It's one of those thick ones where you only use one plastic sheet, but I think it turned out quite lovely. So I went ahead and did those, and I wanted to show that any embossing folder you can actually use the embossed side or the debossed side. So we're going to do that. We're only going to put a couple of cards together really quick. So the first thing is to do a little sponging, and these are the ones that I've been seeing a lot on Pinterest and Facebook. The brand new stamp pads open like a compact. We've talked about this before. Now, of course, I won't be able to open it, but you still can do just like we've been doing and push on them to create some ink on the back side. So I'm going to start with that and just quickly do these two. I'm trying to mute the color some because my first samples, it's just a little too dark for me when it was put up against the paper. So that was the Grapefruit Grove. Now I'm going to do some So Saffron, which is another color that coordinates with that paper, this paper. So I'm just going to keep going. And finally, I'm going to do the Old Olive. Just to get a little bit around the edges, just to give the idea that there's leaves and flowers and things going on. You'll notice I did cut these out with the stitched shape framelits to give it a little more texture. So these guys we will put down on these scallop circles that obviously I cut out in advance. This is a very tight fit, as you maybe can see in the card. So you want to be right over top before you lay it down so that you can get it exactly where it needs to go and still show some of the scallops. Like so. Yay! Now, the sentiment on this one is from the Love What You Do stamp set. And I want to show you a little trick with the Stamparatus that hopefully will help. I already cut out my circles using the stitched framelits. And here's a little trick.
It needs to be further up. They can't see it. There you go.
Oh, my director is here. Maybe he's the producer. And he's helping me out here. So if you missed any of that, I think you'll be okay. Not rocket science on these particular items. But back to what I was doing, using a stamp out of the Love What You Do. I cut out the circles already with the stitch framelits. When you have something like this, what you can do is create a template inside of your Stamparatus. So I just put the circle in there. Put the circle in there. And you've probably already seen this before too, but what is going on is there's a stamp set under the plate on the Stamparatus, and that keeps it from bending and possibly causing damage. So, boom. I have a perfect stamped image on my circle. So we're just going to do these really quick to show you that it's not that hard. But some of you are probably seeing how different it is to have something underneath the plate to really support it. And you definitely want to push down on your stamp. That's how it works. Okay, just one more. Now, some of you are probably saying, that's not that hard. All I'd have to do is to stamp a bunch of them, run them through the Big Shot, right? That would be what I'd be thinking if I was on your side. So I wanted to show you how much fun it is to use the Stamparatus when you're using a punch instead. So I have punched out a bunch of these, and they're ultimately going to end up like this. It's going to be a thank you from the same stamp set with some flowers off to the edge. In this particular case, you can use the same concept of a template. I'm using the same stamp set, just different stamps. And now I can pre-punch whatever number of labels I need and just use my template to get them there every time. Okay, I feel compelled to do this 2 more times because I punched out 4. Oh, I punched out 5, so here we go. The way I created the template was the piece of paper was in here, as is, and you can see where the flowers stamped outside. Then I punched it out and left the stamps on the plate exactly where they were. So there we go. How fun is that? So some of the more complicated things you can also take care of by using these templates. So we'll move on. I love the Stamparatus, but in a couple of days you'll see a video from me about the Stamp-A-Majig, because I think it's still going to be our friend, especially for those of us who still have quite a few wood stamp sets. So we'll move the Stamparatus out of the way for now. We're done stamping everything. Get that out of the way. And I'm going to bring in, these are the 2 we're going to finish, excuse me. So just a little piece of ribbon around. I like, when I'm using black as the frame, to have a very narrow border. This can be frustrating for people trying to get it lined up exactly right. So I thought I would show you what I do when I'm using really narrow borders. And hopefully you can see this. I am lining up the long edge, and I know that I've left 1/8 of an inch. So then when I'm done, it's 1/8 of an inch all the way around. I would show you that again, but I already glued the rest of them down. So you probably don't need to learn how to tie ribbon, so we'll move on from that. This particular ribbon is carrying over. It's Old Olive, and it is carrying over to the new catalog. Then we'll attach with dimensionals I like to use 4 on this size circle. So of course I just pulled off another one, now there's 5. But there's something about the stability of having more dimensionals that I like. Yes, I'm throwing them in the floor. Some of you are probably saying that. Then I put that there. My Love What You Do is what I'm going to put on this card. In this particular case, I need a little bit of adhesive on one side, but I also need a dimensional on the other side because it's going to be sitting on this circle here. So there we go. It's flush with the flower and still has some support with dimensional underneath. Pretty simple card. Could just as easily have been this thank you card. I did want to show you both stamp sets that are part of these bundles, or can be part of these bundles. The Love What You Do is what we just used, and of course the embossing folder that we played around with. There are lots of freebies in these kits, so you want to take a close look at that either on my Stampin' Up site or my thecraftymuse.com. I think my lamp was creeping over on me. Hope that's a little better. In the smallest set, just getting started, you do get a block, and it's the E block, which is bigger than the ones that come in the paper pumpkin. You also get, for free, favorite 4-letter word, for free, Very Vanilla note cards and envelopes. And there's enough in here to make 20. The A Little More Please bundle, it's assuming that we've already got a lot of these items, and so the block is no longer included, but now you get full-size Very Vanilla envelopes and a beautiful set of embellishments for free. But I think all of you are going to want the Gotta Have It All bundle. You get those embellishments for free, you get the larger Very Vanilla medium envelopes for free, and you get the Statement of My Heart for free, plus the coordinating colors like we talked about before, and you get one of the new in colors. I'm watching to see if there's any questions. I appreciate the fact that you guys are indicating that you are learning things. That makes me very happy. Teaching is one of my passions. I do want to show you how this Make a Difference stamp set is so versatile. We were playing around with the Stamparatus before. So before I got started, I put together some of these letters on my acrylic sheet on my Stamparatus. And I wanted to thank you for watching. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions you might have. Don't forget about the Paper Pumpkin promotion going on as well. Half off your first 2 months. Okay, it looks like we're almost ready to wrap this up. I really appreciate everyone's support. Last time around, I got a lot of good feedback and suggestions, and hopefully I did a little better with some of those things. If I can ever assist in any way, please send me an email. You can jump out on the craftymuse.com. It also has a contact me functionality. Okay, friends, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next Wednesday. If there's something in particular you'd like for me to cover, a particular technique or something like that, I would love to hear from you, and I would be more than happy to do that. Thank you so much. Have a good night.